Hello, everyone. Today we are branching out a little bit. Welcome to Pasolivo's kitchen cuisine. Today we are doing a little bit of a tasting menu, a little bit of a checking out of our different products. I know I had spoken highly about Alchemist Garden, and don't worry, they are on tap. You know how we are about dodging and weaving. We are keeping you on your toes. They are going to be with us, we believe, in December. So a little holiday treat for everybody is that you get to see their magic happen in December. We're booking quite ahead now because this is kind of an exciting thing to do, and we've got a lot of people in Paso that we're working with. So it's the amazing part of it. I love this. So I'm Eleanor. I am here today to cover a lot of the things that you have seen on our website and thought, that looks good, okay, but what do I do with it? How do I work with it? Or turn around, look in your pantry, check your pantry. You might have gotten some of these during some of your club shipments and are thinking, you know, this is just sitting here, I need to know how to work with it. I am here live, so that means if you have questions, that's what I'm here for. I'm here to answer any questions you have today about the food products on our website, in our tasting room. So if you went to our downtown location, if you went to our ranch, you've seen these things. I know sometimes you start tasting the olive oil and the seasonings and the salts and the vinegars, and by the end, you're a little full and it's a little hard to start thinking outside the box and thinking, wait, you guys have mustards, you guys have jams, you guys have honey? Yes, so we're gonna cover all of that today and start talking about different ways to use all of these products. Again, my job is constantly to blow your mind a little bit and keep you on your toes a little bit and make sure that you leave me a little bit more excited about cooking than you started off. So that's what I'm here for today, and hopefully we will get there together. So if by the end you're feeling like, Eleanor, you still haven't covered XYZ, that's what I'm here for, call me on it. Okay, so let's start talking about the mustards. Okay, the mustards we've had for a decent amount of time, and they are one of those staples that people come in for. I've had club members come in and buy 6 of one, and I think, oh, that's so sweet, you're gifting it to people, and they go, no, this is for me. I'm not gifting it to anybody. So, and the one I'm talking about right now is this guy. So we're gonna start off with a sugar-kissed jalapeno. And the reason I'm starting off with this is because it is I feel like it has a cult following. It has this following because it is that perfect balance of sweet and heat that you can use on pretty much anything. I always say I'm kind of a weenie for heat. I like a little bit of heat, but I know. I'm boring. But this is something I can handle, and especially if you are mixing it up with other products. So like sausages or in a hot dog and a burger. So this is a sugar-kissed jalapeno. I'm going to cover all of the mustards, and then we'll talk about all the different things you can do with mustard that you never knew you could. So we've also got, we talk heat, we talk fiery ale. So the fiery part is cayenne and chili, and the ale part is IPA. So a perfect gift for all of the beer lovers in your life, and somebody who likes that little kick in their burger with their sausages, with their meats. Perfect. We've also got dolce garlic. This is just that perfect balanced. I've been using this in mac and cheese. Yes, check out mac and cheese recipes online. Don't open the box, go online. You will see that a lot of mac and cheese recipes call for that little tart kick of mustard. That is what dolce garlic is here for. So you're going to involve that sweetness, that garlic in with the mac and cheese, and it totally changes the game, upgrades it completely. And it's no longer just your toddler's food. So this is one that's just great across the board. And the newest addition to our mustards, probably a year and a half ago now. The roasted garlic champagne mustard. So I have used this I've coated salmon and then wrapped it in foil and tossed it in the oven, and it was fantastic. I also gave myself a little silent high five because I felt like such a grown-up. It was such a grown-up meal. I know I am supposed to be a grown-up at this point, but this is one of those that kind of elevates your meal, and really can get that tart, that grainy flavor to it. So this one is the only one that hasn't got, well, there's the fiery ale that's got the heat. This one hasn't got the sweetness. The dolce garlic, dolce is Italian for sweet, is going to be sweet. And then the sugar-kissed jalapeno is also going to have a little bit of sweetness to it. This one will not. So it depends on your palate, on what you're drawn to. This one has a little bit more graininess, so kind of more like a Dijon type style, stone ground style. So this guy is fantastic. If you're watching and at any point you have these products and you have some amazing recipe that you do, holler it out. I'm really interested. I did a poll of all of my coworkers today too, to see their favorite food items and what they do with it. And I was mind blown just talking to them. So I'm really intrigued in what you guys have been doing, because each person is a little bit different on, maybe their grandma, their mother cooked, made a specific dish with mustard, with honey that isn't thought about nowadays. So bring that to the table for sure. Speaking of potato salads are one of those things that you use mustard with a lot. So especially that German potato salad that's got that nice tartness to it, mustards are perfect for that. So the sugar-kissed jalapeno, you're gonna add a little kick to it. You're gonna add that big kick to it if you do the fiery. The garlic, the roasted garlic champagne, any of those would be perfect for potato salads. Also, as we all well know, deviled eggs are made with mustard. So if you have that tradition of making deviled eggs for potlucks or anything like that, this is a great way to change things up. There's a sweet lady, I think she's a club member, who comes in right before Easter every year and gets that the sugar-kissed jalapeno and uses it in her deviled eggs. And she just seems so sweet and so mild. And then she's bringing this to the table, and I'm thinking, all right, okay, I see you. So yeah, a little kick, and I like that. So deviled eggs can be, again, a little bit mild, and this is a great way to just ramp it up. So these are the mustards. You can coat any type of meat with mustard and roast it up, and it's going to get that nice crust on there. So that's always a good different way to not marinate, but coat a piece of meat so that you've changed up the flavor a little bit. Fish do really beautifully with a mustard coating, so does chicken. So keep that in mind if you've got some mustards in your fridge and you're thinking, I want to do something with it that's out of the norm, that's not the hot dogs, it's not the burgers. What else can I do with it? I will say my favorite thing to do is to go to one of our local meat markets and buy a whole bunch of different sausages and cook them up and just have little mustard tasting dishes and dip and play. And that's not only a great dinner, would pair up with a really good IPA or a good stout or a good beer, but also it's a really fantastic starter for any type of dinner party or party that you might be having. So just opening up all the mustards, giving the people spoons to spoon it onto their plate and let them play. So it's something that's kind of unpredictable and a little bit different, and I think that's something that everybody needs right now. So those are the mustards. Keep these in mind. All of the products I'm talking about are things that you can put into your club shipment. I know we've talked about the club before, but I just want to cover it again because I'm probably talking to a ton of club members as well right now. So the club shipments, it's free to join the club. So right off the bat, you're getting a recipe book as a thank you for joining. You are getting new recipes every time there's a shipment. And you're getting that 10% discount on almost everything in store, online. So you're getting a discount. So when people ask me about it and I try to clarify, we just need you to spend about $85 twice a year people are like, so you're just giving me a discount for shopping here? And I go, mm-hmm. And they go, I don't get it. What's the catch? And I'm like, easiest club to be part of, easiest club to be part of. So yeah, and the best part is we're not force feeding you anything. So if you are just super drawn to the mustards, for example, you're in a mustard club. Welcome to your mustard club. If you want to do some olive oils, some mustards, some balsamics, a tea towel, soaps, all of that can be part of your club. So keep that in mind because it is so malleable and it is so user-friendly that I think that's what people kind of get mind blown by, is that we're not forcing you or telling you to take anything. It's all up to you and what your pantry needs and what your kitchen needs and what your soul needs. So that's what we're here for, is to feed your soul. You're welcome. Okay, so mustards, done unless you have questions. If you join up and say, okay, I don't think she covered everything, then message me and I'm here for you. Let's talk about the artichoke lemon tapenade. This is something I could eat from the jar, but it cuts down on dishes. All you're doing is washing your spoon afterwards, and then you don't have to do any other dishes. But if you want to be classy, some of us have those moments. You can slice up bread, spread this on the little pieces of baguette, toast them up in the oven, just toast them for a little bit, bring them out. It is like personalized spinach dip. It is gorgeous. I brought it to a potluck once and it flew. It's got that nice tartness that comes with a spinach dip, because of the lemon. There's capers in here, olive oil in here, so some really good stuff in here that will work really well. Parmesan's in here, so when you broil it up, it's going to kind of bubble up and it's gorgeous. So with that nod of that spinach dip style, this is also something, warm up some cream cheese, mix this in, heat it all up together, broil it all up together, and eat it with tortilla chips. It is amazing. All smooth and mushy and delicious. It's a great dish to bring. Again, it's easy. All you're doing is getting some cream cheese in this, dumping it all together. Nobody needs to know how easy it is. That's what our job is here, is to keep the quality high and keeping it easy. So we're here for you. We're just trying to make it so that you can watch the last reality show that you weren't able to catch up on, right? So this artichoke lemon tapenade, I've also used in pasta instead of a pasta sauce. Sometimes we don't, we're kind of done with the tomato pasta sauce, or we want to change it up, do something different. This with some pasta is gorgeous. I grilled up some chicken and paired it up with this, tossed it all together. I did do some basil olive oil in there as well to keep it moving, and it was gorgeous together. So this is one of those things, this is a gift that keeps on giving. You'll find a million different ways to use it. I know that artichoke lemon tapenade or artichoke tapenade, you think of tapenade, you think of olives. So this is something that thinks outside the box. So that's also nice. As we're getting into the holidays, you're gonna be gifting a lot. This is the type of stuff that is always a welcome gift. It's something different, it's something gourmet, it's something high quality, and it's something that says, okay, you can't get this everywhere. This is something I thought about you for. So these type of gifts, perfect stocking stuffers, perfect place settings, perfect for exchanges. If you don't really know the person too well, everybody likes food, everybody eats. So the tapenade, again, something that I use a lot. And again, if you have any other hints on what you do. Oh, for example, the mustards. I don't know if you've ever checked out the frozen food section of most stores, but they've got a little snack area. The pretzels, they make the big smushy pretzels like you'd buy at the mall. Heat one of those up, treat yourself, just dip it into the mustard. So good. It's like, you know how you don't make popcorn all the time, but you should, because when you make it, you're just like, I should do this more often. Same thing. If you don't want to do the whole big pretzel, just get the little dry ones, and it is amazing how quickly that can hop in as a really good and healthy snack. So back to the mustards. We'll be doing that a lot follow my train of thought. It's one of these bouncing ball things. We'll see if you can keep up. Okay, so we're talking about holidays a little bit. Perfect time to bring up the boozy cran cherry chutney. Okay, more time saved in watching your reality shows instead of cooking. This right here covers all the bases of making your own homemade cranberry sauce and then upgrades it a little bit. I'm sure your cranberry sauce is fantastic. I'm just saying, does it have 2 different types of booze in it? Probably not. So you could add it. Now I got you on your feet. But this has brandy and amaretto. So this has brandy and amaretto in it, and it has the candied ginger, the orange, the tart cherries, the cranberries. This is what I ended up just dumping into a bowl and setting out for Thanksgiving. It worked with stuffing, it worked with turkey, it worked the day afterwards in a panini with the turkey panini. It's just gorgeous. So this is something, it can also work in, I know this is gonna blow your mind, it works in a mixed drink as well. So if you do a little scoop, it's going to add that Bing cherry kind of flavor, that tart cherry kind of flavor into any mixed drink that you do. Shake it up, it's gonna have that flavor to it. And if you're lucky, you get a few little cherries in there too. So if you're doing, again, anything with rye, works really well with this sort of stuff. So yes, also, we're gonna be talking about this one and another jam that work beautifully in grilled cheese. Any upgraded grilled cheese sandwiches, this works beautifully with. Any game, any pork, any meat works really well with this because it kind of elevates. You always think about pork chops and applesauce. Well, this is that upgraded applesauce right here. This is gonna kick it up a ton. So it's called the Boozy Cran Cherry Chutney. I would definitely suggest, if you are picking up a club membership between now and Thanksgiving, put this in your cart because it is crazy useful. You will use it in a ton of stuff. So it's just one of those break in case of emergency, perfect things. It works amazingly on cream cheese as well if you want it as a spread, and it's it fits that theme, the holiday theme. So it's going to work really well if you're putting it out with cream cheese and crackers before, as guests arrive, or arrive outside, or whatever we're doing, whatever is COVID appropriate at this point. So yeah, this is one of those that you can do as much or as little with, and it is just going to save you. So this is a great one to just have in the cabinet. I'll get to. You're going to definitely use one within now and then, and it's nice to have one break in case of emergency. So there's that guy. So we talked a little bit about that whole grilled cheese situation, upgraded grilled cheese. You guys are never going to go back to normal grilled cheese. Not at all, especially after the hot pepper berry bacon jam. I don't taste it. Do you have it? Taste it. Taste it right now because it is amazing. It's smoky, it's sweet, it's got some heat to it. Again, you know how I am about heat. I just told you I'm a weenie. This is amazing. It's just got a little added kick to wake you up a bit, but nothing crazy. I put this with goat cheese, just that big log of goat cheese, put it on the top. It is gorgeous together. They balance it out so beautifully. It also works in burgers. I put the goat cheese and this in burgers. So we go camping a lot. This comes with us every single time, and it is used and loved and gone by the end of the camping trip. Also, so if you're making pies, if you're doing tarts, if you're doing anything like that, I have a surplus of apples. I don't exactly know how I ended up with a surplus of apples, but I do. If you're local and you need some, let me know. But apple pie, slice up the apples, toss them in this, put them in one of those ready-made pie situations. Your mind's gonna be blown. This has got bacon in it. I mean, it's right there for you. It's another thing that can be gifted and people will love it. I like bringing this as a hostess gift, and then setting it up as the food item, but also just leaving it with the hostess, and people are always super thankful about it and mind blown by it. I will say, when you check it out online, it's you're gonna look at it and be like, why is it this great of a price? I need to buy 10. And I agree, you should, because it's one of those that you can gift to everybody and everybody's gonna love it. Smoky, hot, sweet, gorgeous. I went to an event and I saw people using this brushing on chicken wings. So this is a perfect thing to put on ribs, on chicken wings, again, on pork. It's got that sweetness and that'll balance, and the heat that'll just upgrade a chicken wing. Again, those paninis. Also, I have put this, I'm not even ashamed of this. I have put this in a PB&J. This was my J right here. So upgraded peanut butter, the nice crunchy stuff, the organic and all that, because that's how I roll. And then this instead of strawberry jam. You try that, you will not go back. I'm changing lives here today. That's what I'm doing. You're welcome. But this is one of those that I literally was at work one day. A man came in with his wife. He saw that we had it. He's like, this stuff is amazing. I'm getting some. Another couple came in. He turned to that husband. He goes, this, you should buy it. You need to buy it. You need to try it if you can try it, because it's amazing. You know, if you've walked into our tasting room, and by now I really hope you have, then you know that you can try literally anything. You can taste, if you see a food product, whether it be a salt, seasoning, vinegar, jam, everything is available to try. That is the whole deal with us. We never want you to buy something blind. We want you to buy it because you know you love it and you're going to use it a ton. So I brought it out for him to try, and both of them bought, I think, 3 to 4 jars. So, and I just stood back. I didn't really have to do anything, because once you fall in love with this, it's going to be part of your day-to-day situation. So again, cream cheese, paninis, meats. I can't think of stuff that you wouldn't do with it. Let's put it that way. One gentleman comes in and buys this because he puts it into his cinnamon rolls. So unroll your cinnamon rolls. It can be Pillsbury, nobody's telling. Put this, spread it into your cinnamon roll, roll it back up, cook it up, put the glaze on. I know, right? It's a brunch bring out the mimosas. This is a brunch must have. So you've got the bacon, you've got the berry, you've got the cinnamon roll. I know, and you'll feel so gourmet. That's like a brunch date right there. Try to wow someone. You got that. There's a mother-in-law coming into town. This is for you. All right, so from here we're going to move on to another. It's a sauce. It's a jam. It's whatever you need it to be, really. This is the hot pepper peach bourbon sauce. This always makes me want to go and get chicken and waffles, because I feel like it would be amazing on there. You can heat it up. You can put it on vanilla ice cream. I know I went straight for that. I went straight for the mind blowing. I skipped over the whole put it on cream cheese thing. This is something you can also make tarts with, also make desserts with. You're just upgrading these desserts so they're not, ready for the next toddler birthday. This is a dessert that you're going to bring to a dinner party and people are going to be mind blown by it. This is one of those that will definitely get you accolades. I think this is beautiful on prawn. So if you brush it on prawn, it is fantastic. It's got that sweet, it's got the heat. It works really well in that Thai frame of mind. So it works really well with garlic, with garlic as well, but with ginger. If you do a crock pot meal with some carrots, some peas, some chicken, cook it up, put this in the crock pot and some ginger in there, cook it up, do some jasmine rice on the side, and then serve it with some scallions on top. It's gorgeous. So this is one of those that it takes a bit to start brainstorming what to do with it, but once you do, it's going to be a staple. You're going to end up using it, and it's going to be one of those meals that people ask for. Oh, can you make that Thai crock pot meal again? Yep, on it. So again, the prices on all of these are really, really good. So you'll have to buy a bunch of them to have it be a club shipment, but I don't think that's a hardship. So maybe your next club shipment should just be all of these. And then you can start playing, and then you'll have feedback about what you are doing with these guys, huh? So keep this guy, again, on the side. It's a perfect glaze, beautiful on salmon. If you want that nice sweet salmon, you can put in some ginger again to really kick it up. Cheese topper, I just want to make sure I've covered all the bases. And hot pepper peach tarts, or any tarts really. So yeah, I'm super, once you guys watch this and start buying this stuff, can you start posting the pictures of all the things that you've made with it? Because I think it's going to be fantastic and I'm really excited about it. Okay, so that was the peach bourbon sauce. Yeah, it's made with bourbon. I know, it's weird how a lot of our food products have booze in it. It's almost like I'm doing the shopping for it, and I'm not. I'm out of the picture for that. But speaking of booze, let's talk about the orange blossom honey. This is not the first time we have talked about this. This has presented itself for a lot of the cocktails that we've covered. It has been around for the old fashions. It has made a gorgeous simple syrup for a lot of the cocktails that our distilleries, local distilleries, have made with us. So this is something I've always said I love it on a cheese platter. If you have a nice dry cheese like a manchego or a good Parmesan, I love this drizzled on there. It goes without saying that it's going to upgrade your tea, your crumpets, your breakfast, toast, anything like that. Beautiful in Greek yogurt with granola or our nut crumbs or anything like that. But I also want to make sure that you guys are thinking outside of the box with this. This was also used if you were with us for the very beginning when we made our rice cereal treats. This was the sweetness, well, the marshmallows, but this was part of the sweetness of those rice cereal treats. So a lot, it's raw, it's organic, it is super healthy for you. So it's kind of nice to feel like, okay, I'm doing something good for the kiddos. I'm not just shoving sugar after sugar into them. This is the good stuff. So this is great right off the spoon. I'm not gonna lie, maybe you'll just do that and that's okay. But it works. I put it in my protein smoothies a lot. If I want a little bit of sweetness, I'm still trying to stay natural as much as possible, right? So I want to keep that as natural as possible. Desserts, it works beautifully, sweetening desserts, but that simple syrup I was talking about for cocktails, it's just this with some warm water. So we're kind of breaking it down so it'll be easier to mix into cocktails. I had a customer just recently get super excited about this because he makes margaritas and he's very proud of his margaritas, but he wants to upgrade his simple syrup. This is exactly how to do it. So there are a ton of ways to use honey, period. It is nice to have a really good honey, and it is also a trustworthy honey. Quite like olive oil, honey is one of those things that is counterfeit a lot. I know it is depressing. Definitely research it, but it's one of those that you really need to know where it's coming from. So this orange blossom honey is one that you can trust. Again, if you're coming to our tasting room, taste it, because once you taste it, you'll be in love with it. But yes, you can come through, taste it. It also works for bringing down heat and stuff. So if you are buying that ghost pepper salt, for example, this is a great way to kind of balance out that heat and round it out so it's not just whoosh. So this is a good pairing for any spice that you might have as well. All right, so there we go. I'm gonna put this guy to the side. Try not to talk about cocktails anymore, but who knows? It is a Friday. Happy Friday, everybody. So we're going to go into the smoky chipotle barbecue sauce. I always say that this and the next thing I'm going to talk about taste like you made it at home. My friends know me well enough that you can know that I'm not going to be making my own barbecue sauce anytime soon. But I will say that this kind of might get you thinking. This is gorgeous. It has pieces of garlic in it. It has pieces of onion in it. This is fantastic for pulled pork. This is fantastic for any sliders that you do. Again, that crock pot's coming back out again because that's the type of cooking I do. put in the chicken, put this in, let it sit, break out those Hawaiian buns, slice them up, done and done. Gorgeous barbecue sauce. It is, I know we say it's got some chipotle in it. That adds flavor. It does not add heat. It is not, I would put this in the mild section of heat. We've got the hot pepper berry bacon. Well, we start off with that mustard, right? The fiery ale. And the sugar kissed jalapeno probably right after that. The two hot pepper berry bacon jam and peach bourbon sauce, those two. This guy is after that. So if you're looking at levels like that. So it doesn't have too much of a kick to it. What's nice is you can add our sriracha salt or our ghost pepper salt if you did want additional kick to it. But this, I started researching, okay, what else can you do with barbecue sauce? Have you ever put barbecue sauce on a pizza? A chicken barbecue pizza sounds fantastic. You use sharp cheddar instead of mozzarella. You're putting this instead of that marinara sauce or the tomato sauce on the bottom. And then you're slicing up chicken and scallions and putting it on top. How good does that sound? It sounds amazing. So this can be used if you pair it up with sour cream and stir it around. That's a great dip, chip dip, wings dip. Anything like that. You can put it on pizzas. You can do pulled pork. There's so much you can do with barbecue sauce that I hadn't really thought about. I mean, I've just been using this traditionally because it's so good. I don't want any other type. It's not overly sweet. It is definitely complex, and it's also a lot more natural than some of the stuff that's out there. So, you know, that you'll find that as our underlying kind of mantra around here is that we're going to try to stay organic. We're going to try to stay sustainable. We're going to try to stay natural, try to stay local. That is kind of our jam, as you probably know if you've come into the tasting room. So that's what you're going to find with all of this stuff. So it's nice to be able to hang your hat on that. As a club member, it's really nice to not have to do the research and just do half of your shopping through us. It's just going to turn up at your doorstep and you don't have to leave the house or put any more hand sanitizer on or a mask. Yay! So we talked about these guys, but I was just kind of giving a nod to the artichoke and olive marinara sauce. So again, something that I feel tastes like grandma made it for you. My grandma's British, so she would not be making it. That would be a disaster. But someone's Italian grandma, like if you rented one, she would make marinara sauce like that, I think. I don't know if you can rent grandmas, but I'll look into it. So it might be a COVID business for somebody. So this is fantastic. I will tell you it is way less sugar than the marinaras that I've found in the stores, which is really important. Again, I'm not hating on sugar. I love sugar. I have a total sweet tooth, but please don't hide it. Please don't hide it in marinara sauce. If I'm gonna eat sugar, it better be in my creme brulee. It better not be in my marinara sauce. That's how I feel about that. Especially if you have kids, you don't need them bouncing off the furniture and you don't know why. It's like, did somebody sneak them a pixie stick? No, they just had marinara sauce and it has 25 grams of sugar in it for some ungodly reason. This is a nice balanced marinara sauce, really fresh, really bright, beautiful for pizzas, pastas. I like pretending other things are pastas and they're not. For example, I do a yam or a sweet potato. I microwave it up. Okay, I bake it up. Let's pretend I bake it up. Okay, and then slice it, put some ground turkey with this, and then either some mozzarella, some Parmesan on top, and that is my meal. So I get that nod to the pasta vibe, but with a little bit of a better start or carb. So lasagnas, this is beautiful for. Anything with ricotta, this is going to work really well for. So really light, definitely worth a try, and a shrinking violet when it comes to all of our food products, I think. So definitely give it a try, because once you try it, you're going to say, why am I even trying to make my own marinara when this is so perfect? So Definitely, it's got pieces of artichoke in it. It's got pieces of the olive in there. It's beautiful. Well worth a try. Also, put it in the crock pot with chicken and cook it up, and then it can be pulled chicken that you can also put on your pastas, put on your sweet potatoes, put on, ooh, spaghetti squash. Oh, it's spaghetti squash season. Sorry, I just came to that realization. I think we're still in August because, you know, COVID. So yeah, it's spaghetti squash season coming up. So I'm so very excited because that is one of my mainstays is this ground turkey spaghetti squash roasted up. Gorgeous. You're going to thank me later. I'll give you my email. You guys can email me all the thanks that you're going to have after you try all this stuff. You're welcome. Okay. Have we tried everything? We have. We've gone through everything. I will say that I forgot to mention something that I fell in love with when I saw. If you follow us, which you have been, thank you. If you've been following us on Instagram, we connected up with Broken Earth, and they made the fig and pig pizza. And so they used pieces of fig and pork sausage on their pizza. I will say they also use this as their pizza topping. And they use this in conjunction with our fig balsamic and our basil olive oil to create a beautiful glaze. I'm very wary about glazes usually because they usually do have some sort of thickener in there, some sort of thickening agent. Very rarely are they just aged to the point that they are a glaze when it comes to balsamics. So be aware of it. Flip over. Wait, am I back? Oh, you guys are still here. I was gone, but you guys are still here, so that's good. Just a quick break. Thank you for sticking with me. Technology. Okay, so anyway, they cooked up the fig balsamic, the basil olive oil, so it would combine, brought it off the heat and combined it with the honey and then drizzled it over their pizzas. So anyway, I know I've run over my time. I'm sorry. I'm talking about all this goodness. I really want to see some of the stuff in your baskets from here on out because I think it's all really worth it and it's worth checking out. If nothing else, just come over and taste everything if you're local. I want to let you know next week we've got cocktails. We are working with Yes Cocktail Company. I cannot say enough about this company because it's local. It's she's fantastic. She's got an amazing palette and she's created these amazing mixers that she sells that are just gorgeous. She's going to be making a maple fig old fashioned. That's with our fig balsamic that I was just talking about. And a cocktail called La Llorona. And that's with mezcal. And it's going to be with our black lava salt, our red jalapeno olive oil. We've got the sparkling citrus vinegar, that's been used a ton. So the lime olive oil, I'm just gonna show you all the stuff that we're gonna be using. The black lava sea salt, the sparkling citrus right here. And this has been used, if you guys don't have this in your kitchen at this point, I don't even know what to tell you because everybody loves it. And it's used in a lot of recipes, let's put it that way. Fig balsamic, it's my favorite out of all of them. Not that we're supposed to have favorites. It's like a parent, you're not supposed to have favorites. You totally do though. And the cilantro lime. So the cilantro lime I think is gonna be in place of the red jalapeno because the red jalapeno isn't around until after harvest because it flew off the shelves. It happens. We make good stuff. This is what happens when you make good stuff. So keep with us this time next week, 2:00 Friday. I'm super excited because I love watching people create things that they are so passionate about. And I know she is in it. She is living for it. So I'm super excited to connect up with them next week for 2 different cocktails, an old fashioned and a tequila or mezcal based cocktail that should really just blow your socks off. So yes, olive oil and cocktails, it's a thing. Write it down. Go tell your local bartender that they need to follow and watch. Have a fantastic weekend. Thank you for sticking with me. I know I'm over time and I appreciate you guys still being with me. Enjoy your weekend. get online, come to the stores, buy some stuff. Oh, join the club. Say, Eleanor told me to join the club, so I need to join the club. Okay? Got it. All right. Have a fantastic weekend. Thank you for sticking with me while I had my technical difficulties, and I'll see you next week. Bye, guys.